Hi, my name is Brett Knight, and I'm from Edmonds, Washington. My wife, Melinda, owns a business called Womentors.com. One of her inventors is a woman named Kara Anderson. Kara owns a company called The Bag Holder. What a great idea. I can't believe somebody hasn't thought of this in the past. Now, I'm a weekend chef. I love to cook for my family, and the bag holder really makes the meal like I'm going to make tonight really easy to make. The idea behind the bag holder is it allows you to put a regular freezer bag into the bag holder itself, and it makes it very simple to put our meat or whatever we're going to make and marinate it. Oftentimes my wife and I will go to the store and we'll buy steak or we'll buy chicken in bulk, and then we'll bag it up and we'll marinate it and we'll freeze it so it's ready when we need it. It's very messy. I have to have her hold the bag open and add the meat little by little and make a mess out of the bags. The bag holder prevents all of that. So tonight we're going to make a real simple meal, and as you can see, real men don't use recipes. I like to just throw things together. Tonight I'm making a nice true cod from Alaska, fresh in today, and I'm going to marinate it in the bag holder with some olive oil, some lemon juice, some shallots, some garlic, and some thyme. We're going to let it marinate in the fridge for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to cook this up. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and cut my Arctic cod into nice bite-sized fillets, and I'm going to drop them into the bag holder. So we cut one, we cut two, we cut three, and you can make them any size you like. If you want them nice and big, you can leave them large, or you can make them fish and chip size. So once I get my meat into my bag holder, I'm going to wash my hands and get the fish off my hands. The simple thing with marinating is you just let it sit as long as you want it to sit, sometimes overnight, sometimes just for 20 minutes like we're going to do tonight. So as you can see, to save time, I pre-prepped all of my ingredients. These are just some simple shallots, so I'll just drop some shallots into my fish. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of garlic in. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice. The acid from the lemon juice will help the fish break down just a little bit. Now I cheated. I have squeezed lemon juice because I forgot to get a lemon at the store tonight. Now I'm going to add some nice thyme, and since I'm not going to use the thyme when I cook, I'm just going to throw the thyme in whole. I'm not going to take each little needle off of the stem. And then I'm just going to put an ample amount of olive oil into the bag holder. And once I'm finished with that, look at that, nice and clean, no mess. I can pull my bag out. I've got my standard freezer bag with my meat in it. I can start to zip it shut and squeeze the air out of it. Then I'm just going to simply massage that fish in with all the ingredients. And I'll salt and pepper this before we cook it. Buy good Ziploc bags that actually zip shut. So now we're going to take and we're going to stick this in the fridge. We're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. While we're doing that, I'm going to make a very simple cucumber salad. So get myself another bag, stick it back in the bag holder. Just roll the bag over the top of the bag holder. Again, what a great idea. And thank you, Kara, for sending this to me. So what I've got is some nice sliced cucumber. I'm just going to roll my cucumber into the bag. And I'm going to add some red pepper, nice and diced up. I'm going to add some diced green onion. Again, I want acid this time to break down the cucumber, so we're going to add some rice vinegar. Ample amount of rice vinegar. I like it nice and sour. I'm going to give it just a shot of olive oil, which you don't really need. A little bit of salt to taste. A little bit of pepper. And the important ingredient in a cucumber salad like this is some sugar. The sweet and the sour will make this just fantastic. My oven is ready to go. So now my cucumber salad is ready. Same thing, I'm going to pull my bag out. I'm going to zip it shut, squeeze my air out. I'm just going to work that cucumber. And we're going to let that sit for about 45 minutes so that it can break down. We'll be back shortly. We're going to let that marinate for a little bit, and then we'll be back to cook the meal and present the meal to you. All right, we're back. We're ready to cook our dinner now. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that when you're prepping your vegetables and you have waste, the ends of your onions, the middle of your pepper, whatever it might be, you can simply take one of the old Ziploc bags and you can put all your refuse right into the bag holder. This may not be the intended use for it, but it sure makes it easy for me. I can just simply take that, I can zip it up, get all the air out of it, and stick it in my garbage can. So the other nice thing with the bag holder is that Kara sends some nice recipe books as well with some great marinade ideas. So take a look at the bag holder. Get one for yourself for your kitchen. We're going to get going now. We're going to cook our meal. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shallots, the leftover shallots, I'm going to put them in a little bit of olive oil and butter in a nice warm pan. We're going to let those cook just a little bit before we add our fish. And over here we have some boiling water. We're going to turn that off. We're going to add a little bit of couscous. We're just going to cover that. Make sure that it incorporates right through well, and we'll let that sit for about 5 minutes so that it incorporates all the water. So at this point we have our fish marinated in our shallots and our garlic and our olive oil and our lemon and our thyme, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick that in the pan. We're going to let it cook about 3 minutes on either side. So here we are, just about finished. We're going to flip our fish. It's been cooking on the first side for about 3 minutes. Beautiful true cod fillets, just falling apart. Right here at the end, as it finishes off, I actually shelled and deveined some beautiful cold water prawns. So I'm going to work these in and cook them as this finishes off, and then I'll put the lid on for the last couple minutes. I put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper on these prawns, and let them marinate for a few minutes. So we'll work these in amongst the fish until they just turn red all the way through. Add a little bit of salt right here at the end, and a little bit of cracked black pepper. Get the lid, put the lid back on. We'll let that simmer just until those shrimp are cooked through, and then we'll go ahead and we'll serve our platter. Here we are, all finished up. Our couscous is finished. It's absorbed all of the water. We're just going to fluff it with a fork. And we're going to serve this family style tonight. So I'm going to lay my couscous out on my tray. If you could only smell this right now. Then we're going to lay our fish and our shrimp right on top of that couscous. That looked good or what? I'm just going to pour this right on. We don't care if we get that olive oil and that mixture on top. Is that beautiful or what? We're going to try to hold off some of that thyme. Absolutely gorgeous. And for garnish, I'm going to drop some green onion on the top. And a little bit of that diced red pepper. We also plated our cucumber salad. Beautiful, refreshing, great summer salad. Very simple. Rice vinegar, a little bit of sugar, salt and pepper, a little bit of red pepper for coloring with your diced cucumber. It's just an amazing salad. Just add a little bread around the sides. Call the kids and Melinda, and dinner's ready. So remember, if you haven't bought the bag holder, you should try this. It's a great little tool. To purchase it, you can visit www.thebagholder.net. You can also visit their blog for more recipe ideas on todaysliving.net, or you can follow them on Facebook and Twitter at The Bag Holder and on YouTube at The Bag Holder channel. Thanks a lot and have a great night.